I would like to ask you more about how did you study, and how did you educate yourself in the wine industry? As you mentioned, it's more about the experience, which I do agree with. But I'm sure that you had to, as you were evolving so fast, you had to learn a lot. Do you have any like special resources or things that you have?
So yeah, as I mentioned, I like a lot the experiences. I did some of the classic learning and studying like WCT, Cours of Master Sommelier. I do also a bit of the Wine Scholar Guild, which I did the French. I'm doing the Spanish. I done some of the, let's say, the basic in the way, like the Cours of Master Sommelier, WCT. Um, it's something that is always changing, to be honest.
Yes.
The knowledge, especially now, a
Yeah.
lot of things are changing. Appellation, new things are coming. I'm trying to have a look most of the time. I like the Guilsum. I use a lot Guilsum,
Okay.
which for me it's really good. I think it's one of the best websites in terms of keeping you updated of what is happening in around the world in terms of the wine education. It helps a lot. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to manage my time when I have time to also do things for myself, like a bit more
Yeah.
studying part. Um, but I've got the guys which are a lot more. I always say that they have more knowledge than me, definitely more. Because some of them they prepare the diploma, some of them they're going for advanced very soon. Um, so I'm more organizing time for them to have time to study or to have time to taste. So we try to make sometimes at least once a week blind tasting.
Okay.
We do now. I put in place some presentation that we do once a week. Um, our wine is really wide, so that's why we try to put like a template basically on certain point of information that is important to know, and then each of us, and once a week we do a little presentation. Don't need to be 15 pages, but like really efficient.
Okay.
Like the template that I put in place is like name of the producer, location, sub-region, name of the vineyard, history, special cru, monopole, cuvée, iconic vintages, special vintages, fun facts, like some really important points that we can
Yep.
all follow on the same template. We will do a presentation of all the producers that we have in the cellar. We start with the most famous one that we have, it potentially the one that we are the most opening, I would say. So the goal here is to have basically a presentation of each of the producers that we are facing, that I'm facing at the moment in the cellar,
Yeah. Okay.
in the folder that everyone can access and anyone can use it. So it's I think it's super important because we have a lot of producer. I had a guest who asked me how many producer do I have. I said that's a really good question because no one asked me. I thought something like 1,000 producer roughly. Um, so yeah, so we have a lot of job to do. So we just start in June to put these things in place. So I want to see how it goes. Um, if we obviously the week is busy, the days are busy,
Yeah.
because as we are not a restaurant inside the hotel, um, there's always something to do, or
Yeah.
do something in the cellar, or sometimes to help the bar for something, or the lunch are long. So we try to push to be at least once a week.
Okay.
If everyone sounds really happy and sounds really keen on, I would love to do two, because at least we can move a bit quicker, the presentation.
Yeah.
So now I ask the one who become assistant, the one who took my job, to do the first presentation, to just start the ballet. So at least we're gonna see how it goes. So tomorrow we all sat together. Usually when we do tasting, we sat in a sommelier table. Um, Yesterday we did a blind tasting, like two white, two red. But we try to make it very casual, as I was saying to the guys yesterday.
Okay.
I want to make because we've been really busy lately since the beginning of the year. It was really busy. A few things happened, so we're quite busy. So we now trying to come back to put ourselves on that on the calendar. I put on the calendar everything.
Okay.
My calendar looks full, but there's nothing much to do. But at least I remember things. And I say like, let's try to come back on this kind of blind tasting, and then if we are really keen, we can do once a week a more professional blind tasting with the grill of WCT and CMS if people are interested, and we do the timing. So the time for that you're gonna have on the competition, I've got a couple of guys went for the young sommelier. So yeah, they are more keen on competition than me personally, because I don't have much time, and I want them to be more the sunshine, the new, because at some point they will need to take my job at some point. Hopefully not yet, but one day. But it's important. I think most of the sommeliers that I have now, they're really keen on knowledge. They're really keen on competition. So that's why I want to push them as much as I can. And I'm learning a different type of skills. I'm more keen on learning, leadership skills, learning more like, Word, Excel skills, managing people, be able to speak in any time, in any things, in any subjects. So I'm more keen on knowing, for example, I don't know, watches, traveling, architect, and global knowledge in general, to have a conversation with guests, and create more this sense of relationship with guests, but also with the guys. And I'm trying to keep myself busy, reading a bit left and right, seeing left and right. My social media, for me, it's my best things to learn, because I post every single day. So every single day at 12 o'clock, I'll post something in Instagram, because I've got a lot of content of pictures. Like what I'm currently posting every day is like a year ago, basically, because I've got an amount of pictures, which is incredible. So that's why, for me, this is the way I'm learning also, because I usually do a little presentation of the vineyard. I usually put a little fun fact, or first vintage, tasting notes of the wine. So this is kind of way of learning without being too much boring way of learning, basically, if that makes sense.
Of course, it makes completely. It's a very, very diversified job. You have to know lots of things. That's great.
A lot, but I don't really see as a sommelier knowing everything, every single first vintage, every single first sub-region. That's not me personally. I know friends which are at sommelier, and they are very keen on competition, very keen on knowledge. This is not my vision. My vision is for what I've been told and for what I learned from Daniel. Is an amazing person, because he develops skills with people. He develops skills with different things rather than knowledge, because he always tell me that more you're gonna grow, less we're gonna ask you knowledge or how you taste Chardonnay and the blind tasting, but we're gonna ask you how to manage people, how to be fair with people, how to balance the hours, how to be a really good manage on the cellar, which one we need to bring in, which one we need to move, etc. That's more the skills that I'm actually keen on today, rather than actually the skills that it's more like the theory and the learning part of wine.
Of course, that makes sense, because at some point that all the theory and the facts, it is like you cannot learn all the information, every single vintage. But I think, as you mentioned, it is very important, the personality, the way that you talk to the customers and you lead the team. You emphasize that. I think that is how you can just grow and develop. Because on the theoretic part, at some point, if there are some important facts that somebody is interested about, you can always check. But having the personality and the style and the complete package of being a great sommelier is different. Thanks for watching this video. You can watch the full podcast episode by clicking here, or watch another interesting video by clicking here. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section, and see you in the next one.